Hello! My name is Literary Haley, and I love to talk about books, specifically romance books, where audiobooks are my jam. Welcome to another weekly reading vlog. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love doing these. I think they're so fun. I love just being able to randomly pop in with each day and say what I've read and what I like and what I don't like. And with that being said, I finished 2 books yesterday. I finished Captive of My Desires by Johanna Lindsey. This is book 8 in the Mallory series, which I haven't read any of the previous books. This is my first book in this series. It is a standalone. I didn't feel too lost while reading this. It wasn't my favorite Johanna Lindsey book, but the elements in it still had me hooked enough to want to finish the storyline. So basically this starts out with the heroine in the search of finding her father. Her mother passed away, and in order to get her dowry, she's not of age where she can't handle the money. But she's like, my father is alive, he can do this. So she's on the hunt to find her father. When she finds her father, she finds out that her father is a pirate. So she finds out his real employment that has been hidden from her and her mother their whole life. She ends up spending some time with her father in the Caribbean, but then she is starting to become of age where, the proper thing to do is to get married and all the other stuff. So she goes back to England and has her debut in London, but she cuts it kind of towards the end of the season, and so the pickings are slim. Well, the people that she stays with, she grows a connection with one of the men, but this guy hates pirates. He hates piracy. He wants nothing to do with it. He is an American seaman, but he strives on not stealing, killing, and all that kind of stuff. Because she is the daughter of a pirate, he's you're a pirate, blah, 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 whatever. So they have this it's hate to love kind of. And because he despises pirates so much, he ends up saying it really loudly. So then it gets overheard. The drama comes in where it's ruined her even more. So she leaves. But also her father is being ransomed. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on. So her father is being ransomed. She's got to go find her father now again. And in order to do that, she needs a ship. So she basically steals his ship and holds him as hostage. And so I don't know, I really liked that element of it. I think that was really fun. The second book I finished yesterday is Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. This is some of their earlier work, and I have seen people really not liking this book, and I don't understand why. I think my only gripe with this is that this definitely could have been in a college setting rather than a high school setting. I really loved the whole pen pal relationship and him kind of trying to avenge his sister's death in a way. And then I think my favorite thing overall was seeing the boys from the Devil Knight series. They make an appearance in this, although this book came before that series, but it was just it's making me want to read that series all over again. Good morning. I filmed a few videos yesterday. I'm so proud of myself for that. I have maybe one that I want to try to film today. But first off, I have books everywhere. And I mean everywhere. I have so many books and I want to categorize them, and I have been seeing people get those library scanners, but they're $30, and I was well, I don't know if I need that. So then I was scrolling on TikTok and I found there's actually an app. It's called Book Buddy. It's $5. You can scan your books on that app. So I'm using that. I've already categorized or logged a lot of my books, and I'm going to scan these in and then put these books away. And I haven't read anything. I didn't read anything yesterday, and I don't know if I'm going to read today. I might put on an audiobook and get to getting these books inputted. It's Wednesday, my dudes. I was really busy yesterday organizing them by authors and inputting them in the Book Buddy app. I'm obsessed. And then while I did that, I was listening to Hard Play by Nalini Singh, which is actually book 3 in the Play Hard series. I haven't read the previous 2, but I really wanted to read a rugby romance. This is a rugby romance. I really liked this one. This is my first book by this author, and I loved it. It was also spicy. I was not expecting that. The romance between Jake and Juliet. And Jake and Juliet actually went to high school together, and when they were in high school, he was dating her best friend. Her best friend ends up getting pregnant, but then ends up passing away from meningitis, I think it was. And then Juliet had a really hard upbringing. She gets sent away while she's in high school. She gets sent away to like this like fixed kids kind of camp thing. Fast forward some years, Jake is now a single father and attending one of his brother's weddings when, I think it's his brother. He's attending a wedding and Juliet happens to be in it because she is best friends with the bride. So this is like them coming back together as friends, then them both also dealing with having to be okay with dating each other given the circumstances that like he was dating her best friend. And I just absolutely adored his daughter. I adored their relationship. It was so sweet. I'm really happy that I ended up coming across this off of a whim because I am obsessed. I really want to read the previous two in this series and then reread this one just to like see how everything has, you know, came together. On the list of agenda today is to finish cataloging the books that I have in the fifth wheel, and then I'll probably make a trip to Walmart to pick up some more boxes so I can organize each box by like author. For instance, like this box is all Johanna Lindsey, and this is the box that I currently need to open up and go through. If you have a lot of books, I highly recommend this Book Buddy app. It just really keeps track of the books that you have personally. When you're inputting your information, you do have to put like if the book is in a series, you have to type that up. It doesn't come up automatically, which is fine with me. But in the future, you can like search by either the author, the title, the series. You can also just individually search if you have that book. So far, these are all the duplicates that I have found, which I will sell. Then I also have this one, which is a duplicate, and I've known I've had this. I have the first edition of this, but this one is in much better condition. So I think I'm just going to keep this one anyway because it is just gorgeous. And then I think I found one book with book molds. I think this is book molds. So I'm going to order a new copy of this one. So I will finish up that later. I have to pick up my child from school. I have a bag that I think I'm going to drop off to Goodwill, and I need to get a few groceries. While I was inputting those into my little home library app, I was trying to read Goddess of the Hunt by Tessa Dare, and I just could not focus on it at the same time while like scanning in books. So I do really want to read that book today though. So I think I might take a break from this and read some of that book because that's also on my April TBR hopefuls that I want to get through this month, and I have not read a single book on my April hopefuls list, and we're already halfway through the month, which is insane. I need to get on that immediately. It's Thursday, y'all, and I have done laundry. We went to Goodwill yesterday and I got a lot of stuff. We actually went to the Goodwill outlet and I only spent $25, which is amazing. And I got some shorts that actually they're men's jeans that I'm going to cut into shorts for the summertime. I just love like the dad short look, and that's what I'm going for with these. Figured out a little bit more on how I want to organize the books. I got new boxes and that kind of stuff to organize the books that I have, just to organize my books, if I can get my freaking words right. I also, late last night, it was like midnight, I couldn't sleep, so I listened to a little bit more of Goddess of the Hunt, and I am loving it. I cannot wait. I've also heard that this is Tessa Dare's like steamier works, and I am feral for steam, so I cannot wait to jump more into that story because I think I'm on chapter 3, so we're just barely working into that book. It's a gorgeous day today, so I think I'm going to listen to that and do a little bit of walking. And a must on today's agenda is to get all of these books that are all over my house in boxes and organized, put away, so that way we can have our living space back. Did I get done what I wanted to today? No, I did not. Does it take anybody else a million years to get a task done? Because it takes me forever to get a single task done. I did, however, manage to pack up almost all of my books into boxes, so that is a plus, but I did not finish like I wanted to today. But I did make it to chapter 16 in Goddess of the Hunt by Tessa Dare, and y'all, okay, so brother's best friend, she is in love with somebody else, so she enlists the help of her brother's best friend to like fake court her so it will make the other guy jealous and make him want her. But in turn, it's just made the hero want the heroine. And so it's like, I guess maybe like unrequited love, because he fell first, because he definitely fell in love with her and is like trying really hard to be like, to keep it PG, but he also can't help himself. So he's touched her a few times and almost got them compromised a couple of different times. And then while her and her friend are like messing around, they write this letter, and it turns out like they're just like, playing pretend, whatever. And she goes to mail it off. Well, anyway, the letter gets in the wrong hands. Her brother recognizes that it's her handwriting. The hero is like, yeah, that's about me, and we'll get married. So now we have like a marriage of convenience, because the letter is very, very daring, and now they're scheduled to get married like ASAP. This is definitely steamy, like, oh my god. There is mention of fingering and all that other jazz and her wet folds, you know what I mean. But I am dead ass tired, so I'm gonna get to bed, and hopefully tomorrow I will have a much more productive day. Happy Saturday. I totally skipped over yesterday. I was in a very bad mood. Did finish Goddess of the Hunt by Tessa Dare, and oh my god, I felt so scandalized reading that. We've got kind of like lessons, like steamy lessons, and brother's best friend, the heroine, was like, I'm gonna use you to make the guy that I actually want jealous. So it's like a fake courting, and it was so good. This is probably one of the steamiest historical romances I've read as of yet. There are a few that I've read, and I plan on making a video of like the steamiest historical romances that I've read. That is definitely on the list. We are cleaning up, organizing inside the house, and I think I'm going to listen to The Wreckage of Us by Brittany Cherry. I started it yesterday and I only got, I think, 2 chapters in, and it's gonna be so good. So I think I'm gonna listen to that while I clean and organize this house. I'm feeling much better today, obviously, and I'm also in the itch of like cleaning, organizing. Like, I'm in a spring cleaning mood. If you know, you know. We're gonna pretend it's Sunday. In actuality, it's Monday, but I need to close out this vlog. And I did finish another book. I finished The Wreckage of Us by Brittany Cherry, and this was really good. So the majority of this book follows them through, like, I think they're like 18 teenagers, and they're in this town that is really heavily run by drugs. The heroine is trying to escape that lifestyle, so she starts to work at a ranch. The person that she, like, that's her boss, is the guy that she's had a crush on for a long time. He is a definite player. The two have this intense banter. He actually hates her because his parents left him when he was younger due to getting on drugs. The hero hates the heroine because the heroine's stepfather is the one who is like the drug runner in their town. So he despises her because of her relation to her stepdad, even though she hates him. This one was really dark, really heavy. He's a talented musician. He has a band with his friends. They're trying to make it big. They do make it big, so they end up going to LA and all that other stuff, which he leaves her behind. This is one of those books where it very much felt like it could be like real life, you know? I really enjoyed it. The only thing that I wish we got more of with this book is more of their like actual romance, but this one was more based on the events that were occurring around them, and then the romance was like kind of secondary. But get your tissues ready. And that is it for this weekly reading vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, spending time with me. Have you read any of these books? Let me know your thoughts down below. I will see you guys next week. Bye for now.